Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for the ESL India Premiership. It's Zero Navigation Reborn up against BFK. Apologies, guys, got something stuck in my throat. I'm your host for this evening, CloudX, and we're watching the ESL India Premiership, hosted and organized by Nordwind Gaming. On the rating side, you've got Z and R. On the Dire, it's BFK. As you guys have noticed, we have an AP remake coming out here. As there's going to be a few pauses coming through as well. So it looks like the draft was done to save time by the admins and the game has been remade. So we'll start by getting our bearings via the introductions. On the Radiant side, Dangi or Dangi going to be playing that life sealer. You've got What's Up Meepo on the Beastmaster. Ironic because there's a Meepo on the other side as well. Slaughter's going to be played by Pegasus. You've got Ember Spirit handled by Rasha. And lastly, Lion going to be in the hands of Spartan. On the other side of the river, it's Khan's on the Dire side. He's going to be playing the Doom for BFK. Bay of Bengal going to be playing the Disruptor, Bay with an E. Screamstar on the Invoker. You've got ZZ, or Double Z on the Meepo. And lastly, but definitely not least, it's Dota Monger Blue Frog on the Oracle. So unfortunately, we've got a disconnect coming out from the Ember Spirit. Hopefully, he's going to come back in ASAP. Some friendly words being put out there. Friendly banter between both teams. For those of you that aren't aware of who BFK are, they're a team that were well known on the Indian Dota 2 circuit once upon a time. Unfortunately, I don't see any familiar names. Both teams have actually forgotten to tag up in the lobby for this matchup. So I've had to manually add the team names on the top for you folks. But when you don't tag up in the lobby, your lobby? I said lobby, I'm sorry. When you don't tag up in the lobby, your official names don't get displayed either. Which means that we are free to call you what we please, ladies and gentlemen. So please, do your homework, tag up in the lobby before you start the game. Makes our jobs easier as well. But here we go, game is going to get underway. We'll have a quick look at what the items are going to be like. Starting off here, it's going to be a mid invoker. He's been pulled 2 tangos and he does have that null talisman, which means we're seeing a safe lane Meepo as he starts with the quelling blade here. Off lane Doom, not something we see too much of late, primarily because Doom has been run in that support roaming role. He's just really a force to be reckoned with. A decent amount of HP, tons of HP regen with the Scorched Earth, some movement speed to go with it, and of course the Infernal Blade, which does damage over time, adds a mini stun and does percentage damage based on the target's max HP. It's great versus strength heroes towards late game phase, but it's also great versus the squishy supports who just cannot stand that burn damage in synergy with the Scorched Earth burning them down. But anyway, Khans is going to be the off-lane Doom, so he will get some priority here as far as farm goes. He started off with the Ring of Protection and a Stout Shield to boot. So we should see him going for the Tranquil Boots this game eventually. I'd expect a Vanguard to be built here for him as well. Crimson Guard does seem like a good way to approach this game up against the physical DPS that the Life Sealer, the Slaughter and the Ember Spirit will bring to the table. But I do feel like the late game advantage does lie slightly in favor of Zero Navigation Replica. But they're going to have a hard time getting to that late game because with the Invoker, you've always got that Tornado to deal with the Flame Guard on the Ember Spirit in the mid game phase, which should make him a lot more squishy. The Glimpse from the Disruptor, it's a great tool to bring back the Ember that jumps away to a Remnant as well. While having that Static Storm versus mobile heroes like the Ember is also a pretty good pickup coming out from BFK. Meepo, he's one of those heroes that needs that very snowball start, and if he can get his CS and EXP rolling in the early game phase, there will be no stopping him. But in the ultra late game phase, I do feel like the Ember Spirit is pretty much a straight up hard counter to the Meepo. Once you get to that point of having those cleaving crits with the Daedalus and the Battle Fury, it's basically one slide of his that could completely make mincemeat out of the Meepo. That is assuming he doesn't go for armor. We've seen a lot of Meepos building, or rather stacking up those Dragon Lances of late. I do feel like that's a possible option here for Meepo, despite the Dragon Lance not adding to his range, of course, since he's a melee hero. It's just a real value for money item. I'll talk about that in a bit because now we're going to see Pegasus getting harassed a bit. Could he be brought down? They do have the Glimpse. They'll stop him in his tracks first with a Fortune's End, but Pegasus will be okay for now. He does have the Salve should he choose to use it. But for now, he will rely on the Tangos. So yeah, talking about the Dragonlance, this pause will allow me some time to do it as well. So the comparison here is Meepo is one of those heroes that needs raw stats, correct? Raw stats in the form of raw STR, raw agility just works wonders for him. The Dragon Lance, it's a 1900 gold item that gives you 15 strength and 15 agility. The attack range, it's irrelevant on Meepo because he's a melee hero, but the stats, they're comparable to a Sanj and Yasha. So if you buy a full Sanj and Yasha, the cost of that is 4100. You end up getting 16 strength and 16 agility. That's just 1 strength and 1 agility more than what a Dragon Lance gives you for about less than half the price. So I would like to see the Dragon Lance being picked up eventually, but of course that'll come after possibly the Boots of Travels and the Aghanim Scepter for the Meepo. Maybe even a Blink Dagger before he starts building those lances. We've got another pause coming out because Slara unfortunately has disconnected Pegasus. Hopefully he'll be able to fix his internet issues. We've seen a lot of lag issues in the last few games that we've casted, but I don't want to blame these teams for it because I do feel their pain. Internet can be quite a potato sometimes, depending on what part of India you are in and depending on whether or not RNGesus has blessed you on this particular day. And this day, it looks like the RNGesus curse might have hit Pegasus because I think this is the second time he's disconnected this game. But middle lane looks like the Invoker has taken quite the beating and he has been forced back under his tier 1 tower. I'm not entirely sure how that happens, but I guess Russia just got an opportunity to run down Screamstar with the Flame Guard and the Searing Chains. It's just a level 1 Flame Guard though and a level 1 Searing Chain, so the only way this happens is if Screamstar actually went under his tower to get a few hits off, or if he just ended up lagging and taking a few hits from the creeps under disabled from those Searing Chains. A little bit of inefficiency being displayed here by him. He should consider getting those Quas Orbs prepped and ready to go. They get that extra bit of HP regen while he regens up with the Tango. Yeah, he's going to switch over now. It's just a lapse of concentration there. But Ember's doing a really fine job so far. He's at 9 and 1 CS up against the 7 and 1 on the Invoker. Meepo, pretty much perfect CS for him so far. He's got 11 CS in the bank, while Disruptor is prepping the stacks for him as well to clean up later. That'll be a small but definitely a reliable spike in net worth for him. Come the next few minutes, he'll need a few more levels in the poof before he can get it off though, and he's also going to need at least 1 point in Divided We Stand. Doom, he's taking a beating. Spartan's got that double damage, but the Scorched Earth regeneration and movement speed allows Khan to get away. There's no boots on the line, so he cannot continue this chase. On Screamstar, again he's getting chased out of the lane by Russia. He'll get another set of Searing Chains thrown down. The auto attacks will come through, but the Flame Guard immediately dispelled by the Tornado allows Screamstar to turn around and dish out a few hits of his own. Thank God for the poor man shield, says Russia. I'm feeling okay now, dealing with that Ember. And another big creep wave will come to his tower, so he's gonna get a bit more EXP now. Maybe not enough CS though, because he's still gonna get harassed by the Invoker. But you do have the Oracle looping around now. They're trying to make a play on this Ember Spirit. Also, forgot to mention, but I do think the Fortune's End dispels the Flame Guard as well. So this is going to be a very difficult game for the Ember. They'll try anyway. They'll move forward. There's the Tornado along with the Fortune's End. Russia, he'll be going down. This will be your first blood, and the patience from Blue Frog has paid off as Screamstar will claim the money for that kill and bring himself closer to a Midas should he choose to go for it. Although it is a Quasvex Invoker, so Midas might not be the ideal way to go, as opposed to rushing an Orchid perhaps, or maybe even an Urn. As for the next set of kills, where could we be looking at it? I think top lane is a possible location for a pick-off on this Slaughter. They've got level 3 on the Meepo. He hasn't put a skill point into Divided We Stand just yet, but he's prepping for it. The Glimpse, it'll pull Pegasus back. He's already used the Crush. Fortune's End thrown down as well, but Pegasus manages to sprint out of the kinetic field circle and gets himself under the safety of his tier 1 tower. Screamstar, 1500 gold in the bank. What does he go for? Does he actually go for the phase boots first, or will he go for the Midas after all? It remains to be seen. As Spartan once again is pissing the hell out of Khans, who's got no more mana left to work with. He does have a Mango though for that instant burst of 150 mana should he choose to use it. So that'll give him one more Scorched Earth and even an Infernal Blade. Missed a kill, folks. Apologies for that. Looks like the Slaughter did end up going down eventually up top as the Meepo and Disruptor made mincemeat out of him. They do. Wow, okay, that's a lot of commitment. Double Observer Ward placed down in the lane. That's gotta be miscommunication. But hey, it's gonna help them see everything that the Slaughter's up to in this top lane. as he'll now TP back. Let's have a look at what the Meepo's up to. He continues to farm and get the levels on this lane. He's actually opted to go for the bottle despite not being at the middle lane. Questionable pickup there. I would have expected the Boots of Travels to be rushed with the low cooldown on the BOTs. 40 seconds if I'm not mistaken. He could definitely cycle his Meepos going back to base and poofing back to the lane to replenish his mana. Rasha, while he has suffered a death, he's now starting to fall a little behind in terms of CS as well. He's got 17 on the board while 25 on this Invoker. He's up to 2000 gold now. He's just saving the money. And he'll get some more with the kill on that Hawk. And it will be a Midas pickup for him. So 5 minutes, Midas, too tempting to let go of. While Spartan will pop the Scorched Earth, the Infernal Blade as well. Here comes the Oracle. They're trying to make a kill happen, and it looks like the Lion will be going down. Khans is just way too tanky for this Lifestealer to even tickle him at this point, as the Lifestealer will end up taking some damage himself before backing away under that tier 1 tower. 3 and 0 BFK are rolling with the punches, showing no signs of stopping just yet, making a lot of space for their Meepo to farm up top and preparing him to just get that surge of money in the next couple of minutes. He's up to level 5 now. He needs one more point in that poof before he can reliably clean up this stack of neutrals. It's a 4 stack, I believe. And, well, there's no more stacks in the jungle by the looks of it, so he is heavily reliant on cleaning up this stack as of now. If Zero Navigation does manage to contest it, it could be in trouble. But mid, Ember finds the kill on the Invoker, so return kill coming out here from Zero Navigation Replica, as they'll find themselves that quite convenient and yet effective pick off on the Invoker. Also, I think it needs to be pointed out that the money went in the hands of the Ember Spirit, thus allowing him to soften the blow a bit. Lion, though, gets nuked down by Blue Frog. Very well played by him, dropping the Purifying Flames and then purging off the healing effects with Fortune's End to dish out chunks of burst magic damage. Lifestealer at the bottom lane at the same time does find a kill on the Doom, so that's a solo kill for the 1 position on the side of Zero Navigation Replica. Not the worst situation in the world for them, but Russia's out of mana now. He did get the Flame Guard off before the EMP clipped him, so he doesn't take that as much damage. But even so, he's got no more mana to work with, just one more bottle charge for himself. And the rune will not spawn for another 50 seconds. And it could most definitely be contested by the Invoker this time around. At top lane, Pegasus, he's still struggling to get anywhere close to his Blink Dagger. 600 gold in the bank, and he's opted not to go for the Tranquil Boots. While Meepo, he's got a level 3 poof, and he's still going to use just that to finish up this camp. He'll even throw down the Kinetic Field to help this Meepo tank up some of that. Disruptor will stay in the vicinity to leech some of that EXP as well. But Slaughter's coming in, and he's going to get some of that experience for himself. In fact, if Meepo's not careful, he could find himself going down here. The Hadouken comes out. Pegasus plays a little too safe, and I'm pretty certain if he had manned up there, he might have been able to score a very crucial kill on Meepo, and maybe even a few kills on his neutrals. Indeed, that would have been a devastating blow for him, but for now, Meepo will TP one of his clones back to the fountain, and he should be, he's going to be poofing it back out right about now and bottling up the other one. So some efficiency being displayed here by Double Z. He'll wait for the amp damage to wear off, I believe, before moving back to clear up that stack of neutrals. No, he's not even going to give a damn. The creep waves push, but middle lane, the fight's broken out. You've already got the Beastmaster getting brought down by the Invoker. Searing Chains come out on the Invoker. He's in a little bit of a pickle here. Ember Spirit jumps forward with one more Remnant. He's got another one, but he needs to bottle up. Throws it out. Gets the kill with the Flame Guard. And Russia, now his Flame Guard's going to be dispelled by the Fortune's End. Another Searing Chains will come back through. They're going to lock down on Blue Frog as the Oracle is about to go down, but Russia's been locked in position there with the Kinetic Field from Bay of Bengal. On the back lines though, you've got Doom prepped and ready to go. He does have the ult online. The Glimpse will bring Rasha back closer towards the tier 1 tower, but Slaughter's here as well. And it looks like they'll have to stop this, but Doom is waiting on the high ground. He does have the Doom available. They're going for Pegasus. They'll Doom him up. Get the Infernal Blade. A few body blocks as well. The Kinetic Field locks him in position, and they could be finding this kill quite comfortably. Earth Spike comes out. Fortune's End thrown down. Catches onto 2. The Purifying Flames will secure the kill for the Oracle, and now Rasha, he's trying to get the return kill onto Khans. But Khans has got the Scorched Earth already laid down. Ember Spirit, he's going to get hit with the EMP and the Tornado. That'll be his death, as again, Blue Frog from the low ground just kiting around the periphery with those Purifying Flames. Time and again, he'll get to kill. A false promise on the Bay of Bengal as well. Keeps him alive and out of harm's way from the Lifestealer as Khan comes in. Soaks up some of the damage. They're kiting around this Lifestealer beautifully for now. But the Infest, Dangi will try to reset this. will be unsuccessful. And as the dust settles, it ends up being a 3-for-1 trade. The Disruptor does go down. The Invoker actually dropped a little earlier as well. He actually respawned and made his way back towards the middle lane in that long and drawn out fight. As I would still say that BFK comes out ahead. You've got Meepo, who's continued to free farm. He's already picked up the point booster and now an Ogre Club, so his Aghanim Scepter is halfway there. But this could be where the turnaround comes from. You've got a Beastmaster waiting in the wings with the Primal Roar prepped and ready to go, but Disruptor's coming to offer some support. The Hawk will scout out this Disruptor now. Yep, they see him indeed. They're not going to commit. He actually consumed a mango there instead of dropping down the Observer Ward. He's going to go down here. He'll get Primal Roar up. He does manage to glimpse away the Disruptor, but the Boar has slowed him down. The Kinetic Field keeps Pegasus at bay long enough. Maybe not. The Crush will come through with the Amp, and that'll be a kill. But Meepo, he's now waiting to look for return kills. What's up, Meepo? Says the Beastmaster with his name, but he's not going to be able to do anything himself. 60 seconds on the Primal Roar. And without it, it's going to be hard to bring down Meepo. Maybe not, actually. They do have the Boar to slow him down. But once again, the Oracle proving to be a very valuable asset. As the Fortune's End dispels the Amp damage. Meanwhile, Invoker actually gets run down in the jungle and forced back to his tier 2 tower, but he does reveal the rotation from Rasha's Ember Spirit and Spartan's Lion. Bottom lane, Doom going back to doing his thing while Doom cools down. He's got 7 seconds to go with a good 20 seconds on his TP scroll, which is probably when we see him make another play. Lifestealer, he's not died just yet. He's actually picked up a Midas himself with 2 kills on the board added to his name. He is doing fairly okay here for Zero Navigation Replica. Top lane, we're looking at a Slara getting kited again by the Meepo. He's going to drop down one Earthbind. It doesn't connect. The second one doesn't find the mark either, and Pegasus will scoot away. Maybe not though. They've got 2 points on the glimpse. Can they get in range? Slara, he's just barely out of range there now. They've got the opportunity. Will they use it? Babe? Wow, he's gone in deep. He needs to be punished for this. He drops a Kinetic Field. Roar coming out, but it's out of tower range. What's up, Meepo? Did hesitate for a moment there as the False Promise will now allow Bay of Bengal to make a run for it. He's going to get healed up with the Purifying Flames, and the Glimpse will send the Slaughter back as well. So they expend the Primal Roar. They force out the False Promise. Well, Meepo continues to farm mid. Invoker continues to farm... Meepo continues to farm top, and Invoker continues to farm mid. Slaughter is on the hunt once again. He's popped the sprint, but Double Z is going to TP out in his face. As he's one step closer to that Aghanim Scepter now, almost getting himself the Blade of Alacrity or the Staff of Wizardry, depending on which route he's going to go first. Well, Beastmaster, he's going to scout out this Meepo, and this time around, Meepo will be slowed long enough. The Crush will come through, and once chopped from the hammer will secure the kill. Kinetic Field is there. It's going to hold them in position, but there's just no follow-up at this moment. At the same time, it looks like bottom lane Doom was expended, but it doesn't look like they managed to get a kill on the back of that. Lifestealer, probably the Doom target, who managed to run himself away to base and will now retreat back into the jungle to keep farming. 8 and 6 still in favor of BFK though. Very slight net worth lead for the Radiant side, however, with an EXP lead going their way as well. Zero Navigation Replica. They've got to do something about the Meepo though. They did manage to find one kill, but I'm pretty certain he's going to duck his head into the jungle and try and farm once again. They do have the Observer Ward placed on the cliff, so they'll scout out the Meepo if he tries to get into that rhythm of farming the jungle. Mid, you've got the EMP and the Tornado onto Spartan, but the Hex comes out onto the Invoker. Rage as well. They're going to work on him with the Primal Roar, and Rasha even jumping forward. Zero Navigation Replica doing everything they can, and they will be able to find the kill on the Invoker there. RIP Invoker. Zero Navigation Replica will extend their net worth lead a bit. They're now thinking of taking down this tier 1 tower. Lion has been sent back to base. Pegasus may not be so fortunate. Another Earthbind's going to catch him. The Glimpse will pull him back closer to the Doom, and with the double poof, they should find this kill. Disruptor with the auto attack to secure it. So they end up trading the Slaughter for the Invoker once again. Meepo and Doom getting some of that assist money. Well, Meepo... Well, they're going to lose a little bit more money though now, because the tier 1 at mid has gone down to the Lifestealer. His net worth, it's really skyrocketing at this moment. 6,500 net worth attributed to this tangy Lifestealer. Well, Beastmaster, he's now got himself the first levels of Necronomicons, and he's getting close to the level 2 books as well. This Meepo pick, it's starting to look worrisome for BFK, especially if they can't make something off of it in the next few minutes. They need that Axe to be coming out within the first 15 minutes of this game, but that hasn't happened so far, and his timings have been set behind just a bit. At the same time though, Invoker seems to be doing just okay. He's got Midas Urn and one of those baseball bats or Oblivion Staffs for the Orchid, with Double Z pressuring the lane bottom continuously. He's now rotated off the lane, so 400 gold to go till he gets his Axe. They'll end up trading a tier 1 at top for this. Maybe they'll get a tower of their own, and if they can score a kill on this Life Sealer who's going for the race car build, with a Yasha being picked up as his first item as opposed to the Armlet, this could be a crucial blow delivered to Zero Navigation. But yeah, no risks are being taken here. He's just gonna pop the Rage and TP away, but at the same time he's got an ally TPing in, 3 allies TPing in fact. Kind of a misplay possibly from Zero Navigation. There's the Static Storm along with the Kinetic Field. They're going to walk straight into it, and then the double EMP Tornado connects. The Glimpse actually sent the Beastmaster back, but they get the kill on the line. Ember's going to jump in ambitiously, though. That's going to be a bit troublesome for him. Khan's coming in. He does have the Doom along with an Ensnare Creep at the ready. Pegasus gets the crush. Khans gets hit. False Promise, though, keeps him alive a little longer. He's turning around, gets the Ensnare up. Does he throw down the Doom? He's thinking about it. You know he is. Lifestealers come back in for round 2. He'll pop a Rage preemptively, gets the open wounds up, but his Rage is going to run out as Blue Frog and Co. are just gonna try and make their escape here, but a jump forward from the Ember, a 2-man Searing Chain catches the Oracle and the Doom in position. Doom thrown down onto the Ember Spirit, the Tornado thrown down. Meepos coming in for round 2. Poof, 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll get his 4 Meepos in. He's trying to juke around this. He's gonna send Double Z back as well. He's gonna juke with the Meepo, and they'll get the kill on the Life Sealer as well as the Beastmaster with the double poof. It's not over just yet though. Russia pulled back with the Glimpse as Ember Spirit is about to meet his maker, making it a 3-man wipe here for Zero Navigation Reborn. BFK coming out ahead in that fight at the end of it all. And as the dust settles, we do see the goal change tilting in favor of the Dire side. Hey, there's more going on here though. Lion comes in with a retaliation on the Disruptor, but he'll end up paying for that with his life. Another kill going towards the Meepo. He's got the Aghanim Scepter finished up, and now he's even got a good 1200 gold in addition to that. Things looking horrible at the moment for Zero Navigation Replica. They really made a mess out of things in that last team fight. It looked like it could have been great for them. They were outmaneuvering their opponents, but I think the TP out from the Life Sealer is what started all of that. If they had just fought with the numbers advantage, they might have been able to come out ahead. But in the end of it all, they ignored the Meepo. They allowed him to work his magic with those poofs, and the AoE damage was just too much for them to handle. 14 and 9, 17 minutes in. The graphs diving deep down again. 1000 in favor of BFK with a good 3000 EXP lead in their favor as well. I'd expect the Blink Dagger to be picked up on the Meepo as his next item. That'll allow him the positional advantage that he's going to need up against the Ember, Beastmaster and the Lion. As for the Slaughter, his Blink, it's not too far away either. That could be a very crucial item in Pegasus's inventory to find those pickoffs. Ember's actually opted to pick up a Staff of Wizardry. I'm not sure what he's heading for with this item pick. But yeah, now he's going to jump back. And he'll be okay for now. What does an Ember make with a Staff of Wizardry really? Is he going for a 4-star for Yules for survivability? Yeah, I can't for the life of me figure that one out. Uh-oh, Pegasus. He's down to the Invoker. Again, the Orchid with the Urn and the Cold Snap. It's all that was really needed. And then a Luxury Midas usage as well coming out from him to keep that efficiency chart flowing in their favor. Spartan, he could be in a bit of a bind himself here. He will throw down the Hex with the Glimpse again. Spartan disrespecting the Glimpse. He'll get picked off by the Meepo. Disruptor setting that kill up beautifully. Star, or Scream Star, will be healed up by the Oracle and his Purifying Flames. So another objective will be claimed on the back of this. We'll get the tier 1 at mid, but the trade-off is the tier 1 at bottom as What's Up Meepo gets the kill on that one. He's actually just feeding his Necronomicons, which is a little silly at the moment. Those Necronomicons could have done a lot more damage on that tier 2 tower if he had just sent it in with the creep wave. But BFK, they're not showing any signs of stopping just yet. So they'll continue to march onwards. Into the rush pit. Okay, really? You're gonna smoke once you reach the rush pit? That's a little absurd. But either way, they haven't been scouted out moving into the pit. There's 3 dire observer wards to watch the choke points and the entrances to the Rosh pit. So they'll see the life stealer, they'll see the slaughter coming in, they'll also scout out his blink dagger. Well, they'll also now see that Beastmaster coming through. Roshan's already down though, and Meepo is a master in the pit. He'll find himself that kill. Glimpse once again with that observer ward, setting up a kill on the Beastmaster. So they get the Aegis, they find a freebie in the form of that Beastmaster. And maybe they're going to transition this into a tier 2 tower. 20 minutes in. BFK looking hella strong at the moment. And I'm not sure if Zero Navigation Replica has the tools needed to fight back here. This Yule's pickup on the Ember Spirit though is really questionable at the moment. Alright, so BFK is going to play it safe. They'll fake a push at mid instead, taking the free tier 1 at top lane. Meepo again going to be the one to claim the money for that. And maybe now they'll continue pushing onwards. While the primary Meepo will be sent to scout for possible blink kills. While picking up that ultimate orb. So we're going to see the standard Scythe of Vice build from the Meepo by the looks of it. Another source of lockdown to deal with the Ember Spirit. Not too shabby at all, if they can pull it out in good timing. As for the Doom, he's opted to go for the in-your-face Rush Doom with the Phase Boots drums. Possibly going to be a Vlad's next. Lots of synergy with the Vlads and the Meepo as well, so I don't really blame him for that. All the Yules will now be finished up on the Invoker. He still does not have any points in Exhaust, so he's not got the opportunity to find those solo pickoffs with the Sunstrike into the Meteor Deafening Blast combo. Meepo will get the tower kill, and again, BFK finds the money uncontested. Zero Navigation are really spooked to fight into that Meepo with his Aegis, and they just don't have the firepower now to bring him down. He's got 1700 HP, 15 armor, and an Aegis of the Immortal. Bringing him down once, let alone twice, is going to be impossible. Pegasus, he has an infested life stealer sitting in him, and he's got that blink dagger to try and make a play, so they do want to try and fight here. Do they commit though? They're thinking about it. Slaughter's looking for the angles. Well, they've sacked it. Looks like they just want to fight on their high ground. They can't see enough targets to jump in on. Slaughter just jumps forward, gets the amp off, and immediately we're going to see Blue Frog purge it off. So BFK playing it safe. They'll take every single outer tower before committing to the high ground, just getting whatever extra money that they can and few more items that they can before trying to commit for the final push. You've got the Glimmer Cape finished up for the Oracle now, so he's going to be able to keep his teammates alive a lot better as well. Doom gets himself the Blink Dagger, so the initiation tool is now available for themselves. He's going to have to fly it out on the courier though, so that could take a while. Well, Ember, for what it's worth, he does finish up his Yule Scepter. They're going to lose the Aegis in 2 more minutes. And that should be enough of a reason for them to try and commit on this. So Doom decided to sell the dagger, instead going back into the shop and picking it up for himself. He'll start blinking his way back, but the fight's begun. Pegasus jumps in. Blue Frog gets annihilated there before he can even respond. Slaughter with the amp damage and the Infest Lifestealer doing work. Another Infest, so double Infest coming out. Zero Navigation Replica looking for another pick off. Russia. He's got plenty of movement speed with the Yules and the Boots of Travels. They're thinking of going on the Disruptor. They do see him. Pings will come out. Jump forward with the Remnant. Oh, the Flame Guard though. I mean, the Static Storm along with that Invoker Tornado. This is just perfect for BFK. They'll even doom up the Life Stealer. Rasha's gonna go down. Dangi's trying to fight back, but again, he'll be sent into the air by the Invoker, allowing them to clean up on the Beastmaster first. So Life Stealer's actually gonna survive, but the Glimpse will send Pegasus a little further behind. Pegasus blinks forward, doesn't manage to get the crush off, and Screamstar will pop the Invis and make a run for it. But the Rat is real. Meepo, he's taking the tier 3s. His teammates are just creating space for him at this moment. Invoker will go down, as will the Disruptor. Lots of money changing hands, but the Oracle gets the kill on the Slaughter. TP back from the Lion, buy back from the Slaughter, and they'll end up taking the tier 3 tower at the very least, while Meepo poofs himself back in towards the bottom lane. Plenty of casualties here though for BFK, so it is some sort of a recovery, I'd say, for Zero Navigation Replica, but they're about to lose that tier 3 at top. It's just on a sliver of HP. And Meepo was not a part of that fight. He's actually got 4,500 gold in the bank. His Aegis will time out any second now. Well, that's going to be a full Scythe of Vice finished up on the man, and it could be all sorts of troubles for Zero Navigation. Pegasus has opted to pick up a chainmail now, so I'm assuming a blade mail will be his next item. Not too shabby really versus the Meepo, but I wonder if it's too late now to really matter. Beastmaster, he's gonna need that blink dagger though for himself, because right now they're the ones getting picked off with good glimpse initiations from Bay of Bengal. Top, you've got Meepo jumping in on the slaughter. He's kind of missed on the Earthbind number 1, but he does get Earthbind number 2 off and finds the solo kill. I want to fight him though. He does not have the Aegis anymore. He's called out a Skadi for himself, so it's not a side device. False promise on one of the Meepos that was taking damage, gets sent behind. Meepo, he's really overstayed his welcome. He's done a poof, poof, poof. He'll get some damage done. They'll end up bringing down the Beastmaster. It's a 2-for-1 trade, but that Meepo kill is worth a lot of money in EXP right now. And I'm not entirely sure it was worth it. Okay, now it is. It's a 3-for-1 trade. Meepo's down. There's 3 on the sidelines for Zero Navigation Replica. And they've still got the Doom as well as the fully stacked Invoker waiting and ready to go onto the high ground. The tier 3 tower will be brought down in a jiffy, as the Rakshas are now being pressured. Ember Spirit, oh, he's been doomed. The Flame Guard's been purged off before he could even respond. He just gets taken apart limb from limb. The glimpse is there, but Lifestealer pops the rage, keeping himself alive a little longer. Long enough to run back to the fountain while Doom stays alive as well. So that'll be the first lane of Raxes here, claimed by BFK. Meepo, still a while before he respawns, but it's a 30-second respawn timer on the Ember Spirit as well. They've lost the lane of Raxes. There'll be creeps pushing in now. And that's a decent amount of money once again, changing hands towards BFK as the graphs continue to elude Zero Navigation Replica. Pegasus wants to make a play here. He'll jump in with the crush, but a quick invoke on the Ghost Walk from Screamstar allows him to dodge that gank. The lack of detection is hurting them. They're really relying on the amp damage, but doesn't help if you can't get it off before he goes invis. Shadowblade for the Lion, really? I'm not a fan of this. Nope, not at all. I think having a Glimmer Cape would have been great versus the spell damage from the Meepo and the Invoker. Heck, even versus the Doom and the... In fact, everyone is doing tons of spell damage on the side of BFK. A Glimmer Cape seems perfect for him. But if you really wanted a tool for initiation, why not just save up and get the Blink Dagger? I get that the build up to the Shadowblade is a bit easier, but it's not that easy, to be honest. 1400 and it's 1600 for the Shadow Amulet, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, 1300 and 1400. It's still not the most convenient build up. Danji, okay, then he's gonna go down. The Geostrike goes through spell immunity, and that'll slow him down long enough for Oracle to drop a Purifying Flame on his head and bring him down at the end. That's a dominating support Oracle. He's 8, 2, and 6. Casual Smoke gonna be deployed here in the middle lane, as they'll hope for one more pick off before trying to get the high ground breached for the second time this game. Zero Navigation Replica are on their last limbs here. Blue Frog's even going to drop down this offensive Observer Ward to provide vision inside the enemy base. Meepo is going to move himself bottom. He's actually got the Boots of Travels in addition to the Treads now, so he's very mobile and can show up at a moment's notice. Pegasus, are they going to commit on this? They're jumping in with the Doom. They'll just hit him in the face, glimpse back into the kinetic field. Static Storm not going to be deployed. They'll bring him down with the EMP. But the Doom reserved exclusively for the Ember. Look at the damage there from the Alpha Wolf trait. That's a dead Ember Spirit. And now it's going to be Beastmaster going down next with a Hail Mary Primal Roar thrown out at the tail end of things. GG gets called here by the Ember. Zero Navigation Replica have been beaten, and BFK are the better team today and will proceed through the brackets. It's been a pleasure casting this match for you. It could have gone either way in the early game phase. Zero Navigation Replica showed some real signs of brilliance, but unfortunately their item choices were questionable along with some of their team fights. BFK, come out ahead. If you've enjoyed the stream, of course, folks, give the channel a follow. It's twitch.tv/ESL India Premiership.